today what we're doing is we're doing lesson 10.4, and we've been doing our unit 10 has been everything over area. So today we're looking at the area of circles and also sectors of circles. So what I want you guys to think about as we're doing this is if we're finding the area of a circle, think of it as pizza. We're finding the area of the entire pizza. How much pizza do I have? And then if I'm finding the area of a sector, I want you to think of whenever you take out a slice of pizza, how much area is within that slice of pizza. So again, circles, the whole pizza, sectors, just one slice of pizza or a piece of the pie, basically, or piece of the pizza, basically. That's what it is. That's what we're looking at, okay? Okay, so on our key points, the things that we want to look at is on a full circle, if I'm finding the area of it, the only thing that I need to plug into the formula is your radius. So it's literally you're doing pi times the radius squared, because I'm doing everything in squared units. So again, to find the area of the circle, I'm going to take the radius and I'm going to plug it into my formula, which is pi r squared whenever I end up doing that. So that's the full area of the circle. So I told you guys, whenever I'm finding the area of the sector, I'm finding the area of a piece of the pizza, basically. So if you look, if I wanted to find the area of this sector, I am first gonna find the area of the circle again. So I'm gonna find the full area of that whole circle. And then if you look, there's gonna be a little degree symbol here, which is gonna be your angle sector, which is gonna be the degree of that. And I'm gonna take that and put it over 360 degrees because that is the full degree of a circle. And so when I do that, it's actually gonna tell me the proportion of the pizza that's being cut out. So it's like taking, if I do half of this, that's gonna be 180, which is half of 360. So I'm taking half of the pizza out. So right now I'm gonna end up using a ratio here and multiplying that times the area of the circle, and that's gonna give you the piece of the pie. So we're gonna take this information, we're gonna plug it into our examples, and hopefully you guys can get something out of this. Okay, so let's look at number one. So it says find the area of the circle. I'm gonna round that to the nearest hundredths place. So right now we're just finding the area of a full circle. So again, the area of a circle is gonna be pi times the radius squared. So literally all I have to do is plug in the radius. So A is gonna be equal to pi times 15.2 squared, because the radius of my circle from the middle all the way to the side of the circle is gonna be 15.2. So now, right now it's asking me to do this to the nearest hundredth. So I could multiply everything out and it's gonna give me my decimal. But sometimes what's gonna happen is they're gonna ask you to leave it in terms of pi. So what that means is I'm actually gonna just multiply or square this, and then I'm gonna leave it, the pi symbol by itself. So I'm just gonna give you that example real quick. So that means I'm gonna do 15.2, and I'm actually gonna square that, which is gonna give you 231.04. So 231.04 pi. So right now that's my answer in terms of pi, but it wants my answer to the nearest hundredths. So I'm gonna multiply that times pi. So in your calculator, I'm gonna do times, and I'm actually gonna type in the pi symbol. And so that's gonna give me, the area is gonna equal 725.834. So 725.834. But if I look, it says to the nearest hundredths. So that's the tenths place, that's the hundredths place. So my 4 is not gonna change my 3. So my final answer is gonna be 725.83 is gonna be the area, or it's gonna be centimeters squared. So centimeters squared, because everything in area is gonna be centimeters or squared units. So that's how you find the area of a circle, okay? Let's jump over to example number 2. All right, so on example number 2, it says the area of a circle is 49 pi centimeters squared. So right now they gave me my area in terms of pi, and it says what is the radius? Well, right now my key thing is it's giving me the area. So let's think. I know the area of a circle is pi r squared. So I need to figure out what the r is here, okay? So right now if you look, I've been given the area, which is 49 pi. So I'm actually gonna plug that. I'm gonna basically plug in what I know and then solve for what I don't know. So the area is gonna be 49 pi. And so now all I need to do is get the r by itself. So I'm gonna divide by pi on both sides to get the r squared by itself. So if you look, my pi's are gonna cancel, which is gonna leave me with 49 r squared. And then to get rid of the square root, I'm going to take the square root of both sides. And so the square root of 49 is going to end up giving you 7. So the radius of your circle is going to be 7. So basically, again, this is a problem where you're going to plug in everything that you know, and then you're going to work out and solve for what you don't know. So right now your radius would end up being 7 in this example. Okay, let's jump over to example number 3. All right, so on example number 3, it says, what is the area of the sector round to the nearest hundredth? So that means I need to find what this little shaded area is going to be. So again, we're finding area sector. So if I look up top on the top of my paper, I know to find the area of a sector, I'm going to find the regular area of the full circle, which is pi r squared. And then I'm going to multiply that times what my degree or my sector is going to be and put that over 360, because I'm basically finding the ratio of that whole sector and what is going to be taking out of that area. So right now, let's plug in what I know. So right now, my radius is going to be 12. So I'm going to do pi times 12 squared, and then I'm going to multiply that, and my inside angle right here is going to be 133. So that's going to be 133 over 360, okay? And so right now, I could literally just type this whole thing out in the calculator and then get an answer here. But I'm going to do it kind of piece by piece for you guys, okay? So right now, I'm going to do pi times 12 squared. So that's going to be pi times 12 squared is going to end up giving me 452.389. And then I'm going to multiply that by 133 over 360. So you have to understand, this is giving me kind of a percent. So this is giving me a percent of that puzzle or piece of the pie. So when I multiply this out, that's going to end up giving me the area of that little piece of my pizza there. So I'm going to multiply that by 133 over 360. And then whenever I multiply that out, I should get 167.133. And it says round to the nearest hundredth. So right now my thousandths place is not going to change my hundredths place. So my final answer is going to be 167.13, and that's going to be centimeters squared. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to end up giving you what that piece of your sector is going to be. Okay? Let's jump over to our last example over, example number 4. Okay, so look at example number 4. So it says the circumference of the below circle is going to be 30 pi. We need to give the area of the shaded region here. Okay, so right now, the first thing we need to think about is whenever I plug in stuff for my sector formula, I need the radius, and then I also need to find what my degree is going to be. I already know what the degree is, but I don't know what the radius is. But let's go and look. They gave me my circumference. I know the circumference of a circle is going to be 2 pi times the radius. So I'm going to plug in what I know and then solve for what I don't know, because I need to find the radius, right? So let's go ahead and find that. So the circumference of my circle is going to be 30 pi. And then now, in order for me to get the radius by itself, I'm going to divide by 2 pi on both sides. So if I look, the pi's are going to cancel, and then 30 divided by 2 is going to end up giving you 15. So the radius of my circle is going to be 15. So now I have my radius, and I have my degree, so now I can plug that all into my sector area formula. So that is the area of the circle, and I'm going to multiply that by the degree over 360. So let's plug it in. So right now, my radius is 15, so 15 is going to go here. And then my degree here is going to be 80, okay? So now all I literally have to do is type all that in my calculator. It's going to give me that answer. So I'm going to do pi times 15 squared. And then I'm going to multiply that times 80 over 360. And whenever I click enter, that should end up giving me 157.08. And then there's no units here, so I'm just going to do units squared, because that's going to be the squared units of that, okay? So ladies and gentlemen, again, to find the area of the whole circle, I just do pi r squared. And then to find the area of a sector, I have to find the piece of the pie that I'm cutting out from that area in order to find that sector area. And let me know if you need any help. Good luck on your skill check. Holler at me if you need any help.